Welcome to Out of Home Insider, the first podcast for media and marketing executives that connects how offline attention creates online conversion. My name's Tim Rowe, and for the past 3 years, I've been interviewing guests about their unique experience in bridging this misunderstood and frankly undervalued opportunity for brands to build long-lasting equity that scales profitably. Today's episode is a recap of episode 93 and the conversation that I had with Nick Haggard. If you don't know Nick is the director of sales at Edison Interactive, an out-of-home content management system for connected devices. That's really a company I think you should have on your radar, and I'll explain why in just a moment. This is the second time I've had the opportunity to connect with Nick on the show, and some of my favorite things about talking with Nick is that he's just a pro's pro. He's one of the best sales professionals I've personally met. He's absolutely polished, so I enjoy talking with Nick each time. It's always a very fruitful conversation. And I think that we'll definitely have a catch up on 2023. Also, in this episode, and I'll link to it in case you want to go back and listen to the whole thing. I think this one was a short one. It was only like 22 minutes or something like that. Heather Wiseman, one of our media planners from back in the day, now to refer to any sort of historical event. Heather and I worked at one screen together, so it was pretty cool to have Heather on this episode and fun to go back and listen to and kind of have a little bit of memory lane. But on the first re-listen of this episode with Nick, I thought that I'd be mostly telling you about the cool ad opportunity that is the Shark experience brought to market by Edison Interactive and Verizon. If you're not already familiar with the platform, Edison Interactive has really built a best-in-class self-serve platform for a few specific, highly valuable audiences, hard-to-reach audiences, one of which is available specifically through the Shark experience, which is what this episode was about. And what they've done is put tablets inside of golf carts to create a more modern golf experience. So imagine golf cart TV, if you will. And it's a purpose-built platform for the modern golfer to showcase things like sports updates. They can connect their wireless devices to the tablets and play music while they're out on the course. All the sound is contained within the golf cart itself. There's like a rangefinder functionality built into the tablet, so they're really useful and meant to modernize the golfing experience. So the opportunity that Edison Interactive has partnered with Shark Experience to bring to market is for brands to put video creative on these screens. So you've got an opportunity to put 15-second video creative inside the golf cart on this tablet. And why that's so valuable is that once you start to think about who that audience is, obviously disposable income, these are nicer courses that have carts at least, and these cool kind of modern tablets inside of them. So if you think about who that is on the golf course, and think about this too, they're out there for 4.5 hours. The average round of golf is 4.5 hours. There's on average 1.78 people, which means that most folks are golfing with a partner. So there's usually 2 people in that cart, and 60% of the time that a golfer spends on the course is in the cart. Think about how much business gets done on the golf course. And you can target all of this based on the courses. So they've got 360 courses that's growing constantly, 35,000 connected golf carts that already have one of these upgraded screens inside of them. The key here to unlocking all of that inventory and scale really quickly has been that the Shark experience is partnered with Club Car, who's the largest golf cart manufacturer in the country, so that they have all these relationships with the courses, and they're upgrading carts, on a pretty consistent basis, adding new courses all the time. So only need $500 to get started. It's a little wordy, but I'll put the link in the show notes as well. EdisonInteractiveAdManager.com. And what's cool is you can run ads at a national scale, or you can cherry pick down to specific courses. So maybe you're running a targeted out-of-home campaign in a market, and you want to complement it with some, golf course stuff because it's a B2B campaign and you're specifically targeting an audience, and that they're big golfers, or maybe there's a golf tournament in conjunction with something else. There's just so many opportunities and a lot of different ideas, or it could just be a pure brand campaign, and it's an element of your mix because it's highly contextual. It's a one-to-one, one-to-two environment. So I think that that's just really cool across the board. A really easy to use platform from a self-serve standpoint. And so you combine that with the Alpine Media Ski Lift TV, which is part of this little portfolio as well. And they're adding other lifestyle-based networks in these kind of high-income, destination type of opportunities. And after I re-listened to this one a few times, what I came away with was that the real buried lead here is Edison Interactive might be one of the most exciting digital out-of-home companies that no one's paying attention to. And here's why I think that is. Edison Interactive is quietly building some really, user-friendly technology while curating high-value, hard-to-reach audiences for its platform. They're building on top of the Google Ad Manager 360, GAM 360, with networks that marketers can confidently buy, knowing that they are, 1 to 2 people in front of the screen at a given time, whether that's a golf cart or a ski lift. And they're branching into some other areas where it continues to just be 1 or 2 people in front of that screen. So they can, marketers know it's 1 or 2 people, so I'm buying more closely to a per play style of impression delivery, which is more similar to programmatic online, where 1 impression equals 1 ad delivered to 1 person. And out of home, 100,000 impressions might equal 1 ad play, or it might equal 1,000 ad plays. And that's a vulnerability for programmatic digital out of home, in my opinion, because when marketers buy programmatic impressions online, what they're really buying is reach times frequency. The size of an audience that sees an ad, the number of times that they see it, right? It's just math. When marketers are buying programmatic digital out of home, they're buying an estimated subset of an estimated total of impressions. What this ultimately means is that programmatic online means buying share of voice. This website that I'm on has 10 spots for ads. My bid to show an ad won 3 of those. I have 30% share of voice if the user scrolls all the way to the bottom of the page, right? Pretty straightforward. Or put another way, there's 10 opportunities to show an ad on this website. My bid won 3 of those spots. I got to show my ad 3 times to the same person. That means my reach is 1, my frequency is 3, and therefore I bid and bought 3 impressions. With out of home, I may buy those 100,000 impressions, but what is my reach and frequency? Sure, I can set targets for those things, but it's all based on estimates anyway. What I really want to know is twofold. Where should I be showing my ads? And when should I be showing them? Well, I guess the third thing too is that what's my relative share of voice is maybe the most important thing. So really threefold. Where should I be showing my ads? When should I be showing my ads? And what is my relative share of voice compared to other advertisers who are also showing ads to that audience on that screen during that same time frame? So for those reasons, I think that Edison Interactive is a company more people should be paying attention to. I don't know who we're appointing as the industry ambassador to handle the programmatic fraud conversation, but Edison Interactive is definitely building to avoid it altogether. And that was my real key takeaway after re-listening to this episode a few times. So if you found this to be helpful, please share it with somebody who could benefit. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, leave the podcast a review, and make sure to check out OOHIRED.com. That's OOHired.com, the first free career marketplace just for out of home. So check that out. We've got over 100 different opportunities on there from a dozen different countries around the world, everything from sales to product development, system engineers to, you name it, it's on there. There's a ton of cool opportunities. So really encourage you to check that out or share it with somebody else who is looking to write their next chapter in out of home. We'll see y'all next time.